So what is the topic that I have? I have Java evolution. When it comes to the Java evolution, it was introduced by Sun Microsystem in the year 1991. Designed to be used in the internet distributed environment. So fine, why do we use structures and unions in C? If I want to define my own data type. What is pointers? Pointer is a variable which holds the address of another variable. The main reason to make Java as a platform independent is because of this bytecode. Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to the very first session on object-oriented programming with OAC. Yes, the subject is all about OAC. Sir, you are dealing with Java right now, sir. So then why are you saying, the name called OAC? So what is this? My dear students, let me start the class with an interesting story. So previously, Java was well known as OAC. Later on, they changed the name of the programming language from OAC to Java. What exactly the Java meaning is all about? Java is nothing but a coffee bean name in Indonesia. All right. So that's why whenever you look at the logo of Java, you can observe a coffee mug. All right. So that's the story behind that. So I welcome all of you to the very first session on object-oriented programming with Java. So myself, Kaushik K.S., lecturer in the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College. So yes, without wasting much of your time, let me introduce what exactly I'm going to discuss in this session. So mainly I will be speaking about the evolution of Java, how exactly Java got evolved, a little information on that, and then some of the features of Java. Why should I use Java? So I have some supporting points. So that is what I will call it as the features of Java. Along with that, I will also discuss how exactly it is different from C and C++. So when I have the programming languages like C and C++, why do I need Java and how it is different from C and C++ is what I'm going to discuss. First, let me compare that and then I will move on to the next topic. Then after that, I will also discuss Java and internet, how exactly the Java is related to internet. So what is the relationship between the Java and internet is what I'm going to discuss. Along with that, I will also discuss Java with www, and the last one is web browser. So this is what I will be discussing with all of you in the very first session. So what is the first thing that I have? Yes. So what is the topic that I have? I have Java evolution. When it comes to the Java evolution, it was introduced by Sun Microsystem in the year 1991. So why should I use Java? I have some of the important points here. The main goal of developing this Java to make the language simple, portable, highly reliable. What exactly is simple, portable, highly reliable? And also I have one more point. The most important features of the language is platform neutral language. Sir, can you just speak about what is this highly portable? What is this simple? What is this platform neutral? So this is very a new words for us. Yes, this is what I will call it as a features of Java. I will be speaking about these features of Java in detail now. So listen to me carefully. This is going to be very important with respect to your exam point of view. So I have listed out some of the important features of Java. Let me start with the first one, that is platform independent. That's a very important feature of Java that we are going to discuss now. What exactly platform independent? You can execute the Java program in any of the platform. That is what they are saying, that platform independent. It is not dependent on any platform. If I want to execute the program which is written in Java, it does not ask me for a specific platform. Sir, why? How exactly it is working then? So you need to understand the reason now. So listen to me carefully. Whenever I execute any source code, so it will convert or it will give me the native machine source code. But when it comes to Java, it is not like that. Please listen to me carefully. I have a special feature in this. So what is that? Java code is not compiled into a platform specific machine code. But when it comes to other previous languages, C and C++, so it is like this. What is that? So it is compiled according to the native machine code. So, but what happens with Java? Java, instead of giving you the native machine code, native specific machine code, so it will give you the platform independent bytecode. It will give you the platform independent bytecode. You need to remember about one thing now, that is bytecode. What is this bytecode? The main reason to make the Java as a platform independent is because of this bytecode. Whenever I run my source code, which is written in Java, ultimately it will give me in the form of bytecode. Ultimately, it will give me in the form of bytecode. So because of this bytecode, so it can says Java is a platform independent. I can run the Java source code in any of the platform. That is the first important point that you should remember. The second one that I have is object oriented. What exactly object oriented? Everything, whatever I have in Java is in the form of objects. I repeat this word. Everything, whatever I have in the Java is in the form of objects. So I can call it as a pure object oriented programming language. Even if I take data type, say for example, if I write int a, all right, so even this is in the form of object oriented concept. So that's what you need to remember. I can also say that this is a class and I'm creating the object for this class. I'm just creating instance of this. That's what you need to remember. Everything, whatever you have, so in the programming language, everything is treated as a object. That is the second feature that you should remember. First one is bytecode. Because of bytecode, I'm calling the Java as a platform independent. The second one is object oriented. Everything, whatever I have in the Java, everything is treated as objects. So fine. What is the next one that I have? Robust. How exactly Java programming is robust? So please listen to me carefully. Java programming is avoiding the errors. It is removing the errors in two phases. One is in the runtime, another one is in the compile time. So because of this reason, I will call this programming language as robust programming language. So that is the main thing that you need to understand. What is robust? Listen to me carefully. Java tries to eliminate the error-prone situation. It tries to eliminate the error-prone situations. Wherever the errors might come, it is trying to eliminate in two phases, in two stages. One is in the runtime, another one is in the compile time. That's why we call this Java programming language as robust programming language. So fine. So what are the next one we have? We have secure. Secure is one of the important feature of Java. Why it is secure? Because whatever I write in Java, it is free from virus. It is free from virus and also it is free from tampering. You cannot tamper the data so easily. Tamper in the sense you're not allowed to damage the data easily. That's why Java is very secure. So hope you understood these four features. Moving on to the next features that I have, it is distributed. Distributed is one of the features that we have. What is distributed? Let's understand. Java is designed for the distributed environment of internet. Java is designed for the distributed environment of internet. Distributed in the sense what? The processing will not happen at one particular place. So that is what we call it as a distributed. So Java supports this feature also. Processing can happen in different places simultaneously. So that's what you need to understand with respect to distributed. So that is the one thing. And the next one we have is simple. If you know the basics of object-oriented programming, so learning Java and becoming a master in Java is very, very simple. That's what they call it as a simple. The next feature that we have is multi-threaded. Multi-threaded is nothing but it allows you to perform multiple tasks at the same time, that is simultaneously. That's what I will call it as a multi-threaded. So multi-threaded in the sense what? It allows me to perform multiple tasks at the same time. So that's what I will call it as a multi-threaded. So that's what you need to remember with respect to multi-threaded. The next one is high performance. What exactly high performance is all about? High performance, mainly I speak about just-in-time compiler. So what exactly just-in-time compiler is all about? So I have a special type of compiler in Java. So that's what I will call it as a just-in-time compiler. So this optimizes the performance of the Java. Because of this just-in-time compiler, so the performance is getting boost. It's taking a boost. Okay, that's why. So I will call the Java as a high-performing programming language. Because of just-in-time compiler, the performance is literally high. The next one that I have is dynamic. What is dynamic? Because of the adaptability the Java programming language is having, okay, during the runtime, I will call this has got the dynamic feature. During the runtime, if I say, for example, you are executing something, at that time there might be a change, or you might need to change something during the execution time. So Java programming language allows to adopt the change during the execution time. So that is one of the important feature that we have. That's what we call it as a dynamic. So my dear students, this is the different features that we have with Java. All right. So moving on to the next concept with respect to the Java, that is how Java is different from C. It is very important that we need to understand the exact difference between the Java and C. Those who have studied C programming language, only they will be able to understand this difference very easily. Let me make it very simple and easy. Let me explain each and every point in detail with all of you. All right. So what is the first one that we have? Java does not include C unique statements or the keywords. We have two keywords, that is size of and type def. What exactly is size of and type def? So you would have remembered like this. Now we used to write size of and type def, right? What is this? Sorry, type def. What exactly is this? Size of operator and type def. Let me speak about size of. If I write A, okay, A is the operand. To know the size of the operand, we used to use the size of function. So that is not there in Java. In the same way, I can create my own type, okay, user-defined type with the help of type def. So that is also not there in Java. That's what you need to remember. That is the first point. So fine, what is the second point that we have? So we have data type called structure and union in C. We have structure and union in C, but Java does not contain the data type called structure and unions in C. Why do we use structures and unions in C? If I want to define my own data type in the sense what? If I want to create the user-defined data type, so I have two things in C which will help me to create the user-defined data type, that is structures and unions. So this is the two keywords which will help me to create the user-defined data types. So I don't have that in Java. Fine. What is the next one that we have? Java does not define the storage classes keywords like auto, extern, register, and static. What exactly auto, extern, register, and static? All these keywords will define the scope of the variable. Whether it is a global, whether it is a local, whether it is a global variable, or whether it is a local variable. So all these things we can define with the keywords called auto, extern, register, and static. So you will be knowing by default the scope of the variable will be auto. So that is one thing you should remember. Extern in the sense global variable. So you are making it as a global variable. So register in the sense you are storing it inside the register. variable or storing it inside the register. Static in the sense local variable. So these keywords are not being used in Java. So you are not specifying the scope of the variable with the help of these keywords. So that's what you need to remember. So fine, we don't have the explicit pointer type. So we don't have the explicit pointer type. Pointer in the sense what? So please remember, we used to write star, right? So what is the star? So star is what we used to represent the pointer type. So that's what you need to remember, my dear students. What is pointers? Pointer is a variable which holds the address of another variable. Do we have that in Java? No, we don't have the pointers in Java. So that's what you need to remember. Fine. So we understood that. So we don't have some of the preprocessor directives. Like, we used to remember only 2 lines whenever we are writing the program. Hash include conio.h, hash include stdio.h. Hash include, hash define, hash. Now, one more thing is there, if define. All these things is not included in Java. So fine. So what is the next one that we have? So Java requires that functions with no arguments. This is one of the important things that you should remember. Say for example, if I write the parenthesis, okay, if I write the parenthesis and if I mention void main, what is the meaning of it? So it means to say that if I have the void, what is the meaning of it? If I use void, it means to say that there is no argument. But whenever it comes in Java, I don't have to use the void to represent no arguments. So that's what they say here. So please remember, Java requires that function with no arguments must be declared with empty parentheses. Must be declared with empty parentheses. I'm not supposed to use the keyword void keywords as we used to do it in C. We used to write, say for example, we used to write void, right? So you would have come across with the keyword void. What is the meaning of void? Void in the sense you don't have any arguments. That's what you need to remember. So that is not required whenever you want to represent that there is no arguments. How do you represent no arguments? So with the empty parenthesis, you have to mention that there is no arguments. You're not supposed to use the keyword void. Like, in the previous language, in the C, we used to represent that with the keyword void, but in Java, you're not supposed to do that. So that is one of the regulation that you will have. All right. Java adds a new operator such as instance of and this. This is one of the important things that you should make a note of it. And then along with that, Java adds a labeled break continue statements. Of course, we have that. And then it adds some more features of object-oriented features. So fine, we know that. This is the major difference that you should know when we compare Java with C. Why are you discussing this features? So because you might get confused. You might think that almost all the things are very similar to the C programming language and you can go on. So but I want all of you to know the major differences between the C and Java. What is that I can do and what is that I cannot do? Obviously, the rest of the sessions you will be learning what is that I can do with Java, but you should also know what is that I'm not supposed to do with Java when we compare to C is what I try to give you the quick recap. All right, in the same way, I have some of the differences which I had in the C++. I have listed out. So let me tell you that also. What is the first one that I have? Java does not support operator overloading. Overloading in the sense what? So you are changing the meaning of the operator. So that's what we call it as a operator overloading. That is not allowed here. So is what they say in the first point. So fine. The next one is template classes is not allowed. So we were using the template classes in C++, but we are not using the template classes. We used to create our own template classes in C++, but I'm not supposed to use that in Java. That's what you need to remember. So fine. The next one is multiple inheritance. We don't have the concept of multiple inheritance. We had a concept of inheritance in C++. But Here, it does not support the multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance in the sense what? Say for example, this is my derived class. So I have the superclass or the base class. If I'm getting the inheritance from multiple classes, okay, this is an inheritance which is giving you the example of multiple inheritance. I'm not able to implement this type of inheritance in Java. So because of that, so to avoid this or to overcome from this problem, I have the concept called interfaces, which I will be discussing that in a much later sessions. So that's going to be in the third unit. So I would like to tell you at this point of time, we don't have the multiple inheritance. All right, moving on to the next one. Java does not support you the global variable. Every variable and method is declared within the class and forms a part of that class. That's what you need to remember. There is no concept of global variable. We used to have a global variable in C and C++. Declare it before the function and you can use it throughout the program anywhere. But it does not support that. If you declare a variable, it should be within the class. It should be a part of the class. There is no concept of global variable is what you need to remember. So fine. So obviously we have discussed this point, does not support the pointers. And then, so Java has replaced the destructor function. We had a concept called constructor and destructor. Do you remember that in C++? But we don't have the destructor here. So that has been replaced by finalize function. That's what you need to remember. What is constructor? What is destructor? So to automatically initialize the object, so we were using something called constructor. So whatever we have initialized, we need to destruct it. So for that, we were using the destructor. So we don't have destructor here. Instead of that, we are using the finalize function. So fine. And after that, there are no header files in Java. So there is no header files. Like, we used to use #include, iostream.h, conio.h, stdio.h in C. So all those things are not there. I cannot use that in Java. This is the major difference that you should remember when it comes to C and C++. So please remember all these concepts with respect to the Java is what I would like to tell you. So I think I have discussed the major part of this session. So I have few more easy topics. Let me discuss that too. Java and internet. Why the Java has got the strong relationship with the internet? Because the first application was developed. So with the help of what? So listen to me carefully. So Java is strongly linked with the internet because of the circumstances that the first application was written in Java was hot Java. What exactly this hot Java is all about? So hot Java is nothing but the browser which was developed with the help of Java. They have developed the browser with the help of Java. So that's how the relationship between the Java and the internet started. All right, internet users can use Java. Please remember, internet users can use Java to create the applet programs. What exactly the applet programs is all about? Please make a note of it. Let me just give you an example what exactly the applet is all about. Have you all seen the calculator, the small window which opens if you type CALC in the run command? So you have the calculators, right, in the system. All right. So that's what I will call it as a applets. Okay. So we use the Java programs to create the applets. Okay. Even in the internet, I can create my own applets. So I will show you, I will be discussing about the applets in detail in the coming chapters. Don't worry, but please remember this word. So what is that they say? Internet users can use Java to create the applets. That's how Java and internet has got the connection. All right. Java is popularly known as internet language. Java is all popularly known as internet language. This is the relationship the Java is having with the internet. This is what you should remember. What is the first thing? So you should remember with respect to the hot Java. Hot Java is a browser which was designed or developed with the help of the Java programming language. All right. And also you can develop a lot of applets using Java is what they say, and also they call this Java as an internet language. So this is how the relationship between the Java and internet. When it comes to Java and www, so what exactly it is? So before that, let's understand how exactly the applets are being downloaded. So this is my local machine and I have the remote computer. I can access the applets with the help of the internet is what they're trying to depict. All right, moving forward, Java and www. How exactly both Java and www are related? So you all know that www, what exactly World Wide Web is all about. It's an open-ended information recovery system designed to be used in the internet distributed environment. So fine. So we all know that what is www. So I don't have to speak or I don't have to spend much time here. So you have got the huge repository in this www, World Wide Web, and it is designed to use in a distributed environment. Distributed environment in the sense what? I think I have already spoken about this distributed environment. So everything will not happen in one place is what I would like to call it as distributed environment. So parallelly, the things will happen in a different locations. That is what I will call it as a distributed environment. So fine, this system contains, so what is that? I don't have to tell you. So you will have a lot of web pages. It's a collection of web pages and you can navigate through the web pages with the help of links. So mainly we develop this web pages with the help of HTML. You all know about it. You can traverse to and fro with the help of the links. I don't have to speak much about it, right? So you all know that. So fine. Right, I have the web browser. Again, it's a very easy topic that all of you know. We have the web browser. We use the web browser to access the different contents which is there on the web. And we have three different, I have just listed only three, but we have many which you will be using. The first one is Hot Java, Netscape Navigator, Internet Explorer. We have Google Chrome, which is in the boom. And again, we have Safari. We have Mozilla Firefox. A lot of different browsers we have. So all these things we call it as a web browsers. So hope you have learned a lot of concepts today. So you understood the introduction of Java and also you understood the difference between Java and C. And also you learned Java and C++. You learned what is the relationship between Java and internet, Java and www. And also you learned something about the web browser. So guys, by this, I have the next topic, that is Java environment. What exactly the Java environment is all about? Listen to me carefully. This is going to be very interesting. Guys, I have Java environment. What exactly Java environment is all about? Listen to me carefully. A large number of development tools, and large number of classes and methods. So large number of classes and methods, development tools and classes and methods is what I will call it as a Java environment. As of now, you just remember Java environment includes what? Large number of development tools plus classes and methods. So where you have in the Java environment. So fine, you have this in the Java environment. As of now, you know only this much. So fine, we'll understand the next point. The Java development tool, all right? So development tools are the part of the system that is known as JDK. What is that? This Java development tools are the part of JDK. It is well known as Java Development Kit. Java Development Kit. So development tools are the part of JDK. That's what you need to understand. And the classes and the methods are the part of Java Standard Library. This is the part of Java Standard Library. Java Standard Library. That's what you need to remember. So Java Standard Library is well known as API. API in the sense what? Application Program Interface. That's what you need to remember. What is that? We understood in Java environment. Okay, we have two things. One is Java development tools. Where do you have this Java development tools? You have that in the Java development toolkit. In the same way, you have classes and methods. Where do you have this? You have this in the Java standard library. You have that in this Java standard library. That's what I will call it as a API. API in the sense application program interface. This is what you should know. I'll be speaking in detail about this application program interface and then Java development kit in the coming classes. So by this, I have come to an end of this session. So thank you everybody for watching. And if you have learned something from this session, please don't forget to click on the like button. That is the energy for me. Thank you everybody.